A moment of overachievement and unexpected replies. As soon as I get back to my apartment, I email Reyna my terms. It's as if helium enters my lungs when I hit send. Thinking I'll be in for a long wait, I take advantage of a shower and settle in for the night. A couple of final submissions required my attention, and I intend to hand them in earlier than deadline. I'm that girl. Hello, overachievement. When I pass my laptop, towel drying my hair, it pings. A new message. Hair still dripping, I'm wide-eyed at Reyna's reply. Duke might as well be playing a solo in my chest. A fast reply can mean two things. One, she's cool with my terms, and will send over the revised contract immediately. Or two, and this one I like least. My terms are too stiff, and no deal. Even if you hear 100 good things, the one bad thing is what sticks. Get a grip, I say. To the laptop, maybe to the unopened message. But, let's be honest, it's more to me. The shakes rattle my hand so hard, I can't bring the cursor to where it needs to be for clicking to happen. Deciding introducing caffeine to the equation is a great idea. I brew a pot. When, in reality, I'm procrastinating the inevitable. A warm mug brings steadiness. A great inhale of the medium blend Colombian calms the nerves enough that I finally open the email. Overwhelming relief numbs me to the point of almost spilling coffee on the keyboard. Reyna agreed to my terms and asked to meet. I should have asked for more, I say without regret. The next morning, I'm at a corner table in an empty cafe off campus, waiting for Reyna. Teaspoon twirling in the daintiest cup in the world, I watch milk and coffee mix. An hour's sleep usually requires black with lots of sugar, but this morning the comfort of milk trumped keeping eyelids open. My previous meeting with Reyna taught me she doesn't mess around. Neither do I. This opportunity means the world. Enough to cause stomach tumbles. Enough for new sets of doubts to creep in. Too much hangs on this one chance. Maybe I accidentally placed all my eggs in one basket. What if the pictures don't turn out right? What if the band members don't want their photos taken? Worst of all, what if I'm not good enough to pull this off? Way too many what-ifs even before I finish my first cup. Well, technically, it's my first cup today, not counting the entire pot I polished off at my place. Officially past the point of caring if my insides vibrated, I look over my shoulder to order another. When I entered the cafe, a guy stood at the back of the counter and a waitress set tables. Being the only one here early on a Saturday isn't surprising. Wexler most likely nursed hangovers from celebrating the end of exams. I twist in my seat in search of the waitress. The guy behind the counter abandoned his post too. Suddenly, I'm an extra in a horror movie surrounded by pastel wallpaper, delicate floral arrangements, and pretty pastries. Or the rapture happened and I was left behind. Made sense. Chuckling at my bad joke, I stand. They're probably in the kitchen or the storeroom. That makes more sense. I shuffle to the counter and lean against the cool display case. A chocolate macaroon the size of my palm calls me. Its speckled light brown shell and dark filling speaks of mouth-watering decadence. Shifting to my toes, I crane my neck to get a better look through the tiny window that separates the front from what I assume is the kitchen. Excuse me? I call out. Hello?
Something I can get for you?
Speaking of decadence, I whirl around and face the source of the smooth as caramel, but 100 times more sinful voice I first heard at Sacrifice. Surprise falls from my lips as greedy eyes take him in. Royal pulls off a black shirt and leather pants, without trying. Clothes sit contently on him, enhancing instead of covering. No cross necklace today. Instead, a braided leather bracelet. With his hands in his pockets, I can't be sure if rings encircle his fingers, but rolled-up sleeves bear cuts of muscle along forearms built for strength. Messy curls hide the bolt on his brow, and compliments eyes gleaming with mischief. Protesting lungs force an exhale, only to be replaced by the woods mixed with citrus on the next breath. Like Royal, his cologne spoke of clean and sensual freshness, a quiet luxury that suited him. Masculine, and I like it a little too much. Each inhale brought me back to a time when I used to hide inside my grandmother's antique cedar chest and freshly cut orange slices for an afternoon snack. "What are you doing here?" I ask. Okay, not the best question to lead with, but my brain seems to have taken a vacation. In an effort for coherence, I quickly add, "I'm supposed to be meeting Reyna today."
She got called off on band business, so I volunteered to bring you the contract.
Contract? The word doesn't compute. Still buffering. I soon realize if I don't pick up the pieces, many things won't make a whole lot of sense while standing in front of the rock god. Gathering the wits I spilled, I straighten, which still puts Royal at an advantage, and reconstruct my best professional face, serious with a hint of a smile. "Right, the contract," I say, indicating the manila envelope tucked at his side.
Is there something you want?
I was thinking the chocolate macaroon, but everyone disappeared. Royal moves behind the counter and slides the door to the display case open. One-handed, he picks up the entire tray of macaroons. "I don't think you should be doing that." I leave handprints on the glass that separates us. They might come back any second and we'll get in trouble.
Don't worry. Terry and Lana are on an extended break. We have the place to ourselves for as long as we want it.
Terry and Lana? My eyebrows join my hairline. You mean the guy and the waitress? Using tongs like an expert, Royal picks out the largest macaroon of the bunch and places it on a plate before he returns the rest to the display case. Using the same tongs, he reaches for a pain au chocolat and places that on a separate plate. Then he fills a large mug with coffee and turns to me.
Where are you seated?
Stunned, I point toward the corner. He nods, placing my macaroon, his flaky confection and coffee on a tray. As he lifts the tray like a pro and brings everything to the table, I eye the front of the cafe. Outside stands a line of bodyguards. One blocks the entrance while the rest covers the picture window. Beyond them, a large black SUV takes up most of the curb space. Add paparazzi and screaming fans, and the image is straight out of a movie. The last part, of course, is non-existent, as no one but me knows we're here.
What are you looking at?
You bought out the place?
Is that wrong?
It's certainly not right.